Dr. Boesak says while it's not surprising that the National Executive's makeup looks the way it does, the Government of National Unity is unlikely to bring about prosperity for the masses. In fact, he says the collaboration between specifically the ANC and the DA is nothing more than political power seeking and the avoidance of accountability.
It leaves the average South African in the wilderness where we have been for 30 years. We are not any closer to any solutions for any of the problems that really are facing the people. It's almost that everything that they are doing now, like they have been doing with the Zondo Commission, it's a distraction from the real problems. The real problems are racism that we haven't dealt with. The real problems that we have now been creating a new apartheid state that will be continued and entrenched. The real problem is the social cohesion that we lack. The real problems are unemployment and the socio-economic inequalities that we cannot overcome with the policies that both these parties have been having.
Boesak says churches and civil society groupings have a role to play to ensure that any government in South Africa is aimed at working for the citizens.
A year ago, I said to people, I don't think that we can bring something like the UDF together again. Well, the UDF is not something that you can repeat. The situation has changed. But in as much as that young comedian is right, what's his name, Konrad Koch, that said for white people, the new South Africa is apartheid without the guilt. In as much as he is right, and I think he is, people are beginning to understand that this is a new apartheid situation, not a new form of apartheid in which our people are once again being made the victims of a new form of racism, certainly of oppression. And so if you bring all of those elements together, you may be able to revive that spirit that's left, that I don't believe has left our people. The spirit of the UDF that's still there, and that might be what we might be seeing.
Meanwhile, ordinary Cape Townians weighed in on the responsibilities of the new administration, saying political parties must put the people before their parties.
Try not to be pessimistic, but our unemployment rate is the highest it's ever been. There's a lot of despondency. We're hoping that this new government, this new cabinet then will bring about the right changes that we need to see in the country.
Yes, well, I think it does. I've always been pro the DA, what they do in Cape Town and the Western Cape, and I feel that if they can do it here, it will help the rest of the country. And maybe by their knowledge and the way they lead, it will help everybody else.
I'd say it's a good change that has happened. I was just speaking to your colleague right now that it's not like the previous governments didn't do anything. They did, they tried their level best, but at points we could see that they were failing. But with this new cabinet, we'll get to see new changes, new things happen, and a lot of promises that were made shall be fulfilled, finally at least.
Boesak has criticised the inclusion of individuals in Parliament who face criminal charges, saying this does not bode well for addressing corruption. Vanessa Puna, SABC News, Cape Town.